Hi Amanda, thank you for letting me connect with Wikki. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I didn't realise there would be so many people wanting to have an animal reading, which has really been a good response for me. I just want to let you know, so when I do my readings, I concentrate on one energy at a time. So if there's more than one energy in the house, I don't sort of try and zone in on that. I just try and zone in on one energy, just because it's easier for me, and if someone tried to do it at my house, they'd be overwhelmed. I have a lot of chickens out here. So also, if something in my reading doesn't resonate with you, there could be a few things. It could be that it happened, the animal's bringing you through something that happened before you own the animal. It could be that it's something you don't remember at the time of the reading, which is totally fine. I've had that happen to me before. It could be something that actually hasn't happened yet, or it could be something that you just haven't noticed yet. So I did have a case where I did a dog, and the dog, I said to the foster owner, I said, the dog spins in a circle and then scratches the bed before it sits down. And she said, she came back to me a few days later and she said, I didn't actually realise that he did that until you told me, and I heard the scratching and saw him do it. So that could be a reason why. There could also be something that could just be slightly off that I just can't translate. It's never really the animal, it'll be me if anything. So another example is a shoe. Like I had an image of a shoe, the animal's chewing a shoe, but what it actually was the owner would shoe the horse and throw the trimmings to the dog, and that's where I was picking up shoe. I just wasn't quite making that connection. So if that's the case, let me know, because then it gives me something to work on and focus on a bit better. Now Wikki was sort of straight in, straight out. I don't have I don't have a lot of notes. Some notes I can write 3 or 4 pages, some notes I have one, 2, it depends. He was just straight in, straight out. It was quite funny. And the moment I saw Wikki's photo, the words that popped into my head straight away was high energy. So I hope that rings true, because that's what I perceived him as. When he came in, so this is really weird. So when he came in, he came straight in, and I sort of have, like in my little area that I do my readings in, I try to make it comfortable for the animals. So what he did was he showed me, he came in and then pissed on a pot plant. Or, well no, that's what he pissed on. It was just funny. I'm like, that's a bit rude, but I guess that's just him marking his territory. Now, straight away, when I did connect with him and I sort of did the introductions, he gave me an image of him chasing. So I saw the image from behind, and he was chasing something, and he was quite happy to chase it too. So I'm just looking down at my notes, if you're wondering what I'm doing. Now he walked in. When he walked in, this is really funny, I hope this rings true. I saw him walking fast, but his little legs were sort of going really, really fast, but he was standing proud and walking really fast. So I'm assuming that's how he just walks in general. He didn't like me patting him near his face, so I was sort of touching him near his mouth, and he did not like me doing that to him. It could just be he didn't like me doing it to him, but he wasn't happy about me doing that. I saw an image of him, oh, this is funny. Sorry, my notes are a little bit scribbled because I have to write fast when I'm doing it. So I saw an image of him, his back legs were out like a frog, and his front legs were out as well, and he had something in front of him that he was playing with or chewing with in his mouth. So they're like frog legs, I guess. My Staffy does it, does stuff like that, but he showed me an image of him doing that. Now this is very odd, and I don't know if you've seen this before, or it could be him before you had him. He gave me images of him looking up at bubbles, and like just looking like someone had bubbles around. Maybe a little kid was blowing bubbles, and he may even be jumping at them, because he did give me an image at one stage of him jumping at things. But yeah, he was showing me the bubbles. So that's odd. I don't know if you've had bubbles near him. He showed me that he likes to bark at strangers, mainly as a protection thing. He's quite happy to protect you. I don't know if that's little man syndrome, but he seems like a cool dude, really. He's also told me that he'd like to sit in the front seat of the car. So I looked at him in the photo and saw, you know, it was telling what a good boy he was. I saw his little harness, saw how well looked after he was, and he said that he'd like to sit in the front seat of the car. And I sort of said to him, well, you may not always be able to sit in the front seat of the car, because I actually don't think you're meant to have a dog in the front seat of the car, and that could be the room for someone else to sit in the car. I don't think he really cared for my explanation, to be honest. Now, I saw him sleeping on his side in a bed. There were light coloured sheets, and he was just there was someone in the bed, and then he was very happy and content to be sleeping like with someone. But it was just really sweet to see him just on his side, content and happy and sleeping. He was loving life in that moment. Now, please tell me if I'm wrong, because this is really weird. He gave me an image of him humping toys, and when I saw it, I'm like, really? That's a bit gross. But yeah, that's what he showed me. So I don't know if he does that with you, but that's what he showed me. He said that he's your little prince as well. So you must treat him very well. You can see you treat him very well. You can see how happy he is in his photo. But he said that he is your little prince. Okay, so then he showed me, but he was sort of telling me he is also a good boy as well. And he showed me him sitting. I saw him actually sitting, and then a bowl of food being placed in front of him. So if he doesn't do that now for his dinner, it is definitely something that he can do, because he was very happy, waiting, content. Food's coming, and he was doing really well at that. Now, I don't know if you have lino in this house, but I heard the the nails of the paws on lino. So it's a very distinct sound, because I actually have lino through part of my house, and my dogs, I've got 4 dogs, and you know when they're coming, because it's like little tap shoes on, not as bad as tiles, it's still a different sound than tiles, but he showed me that I could hear his feet walking on lino. I got an image of him playing with a toy, him being playful, making sort of growly noises, but making noises and sort of playing, but they weren't bad noises. They weren't growling at someone or being mean or anything at someone. What he was doing was playing. You know how they grab and go, but he was actually playing and had a lot of fun. Now, what he wanted me to tell you was, tell her I love her and I'm very happy she's my mum. So that's directly from him, and he's very, very happy with you, and I can see in his photo that he's very well looked after. And the last thing, this is before you had him. So I had an image of before you had him, and he would bark and run away at people he didn't like. So I'm not sure if he does that now. It could be that you've made him calm and happy and he doesn't do that, but he was definitely doing that in his past. So there could have been just some shady people he didn't like. And if that's the case, always pay attention if he doesn't like someone. Animals are so good at picking up energies. They pick up energies 3 times more than humans do. So if your animal doesn't like someone, take notice of that. And then, because it was so short, I'm like, that's not much. I thought I'd pull you some cards. I don't know if you believe in cards. These are angel cards that I have. And if you don't, just ignore it. Don't worry about it. Because not everyone likes them. I know some people think, oh, that's full of crap. That's cool. That's not a problem. Not everyone has to like them. But I asked for 3 cards that relate to your situation or just your life at the moment. And so I got 3 cards, and I'm going to actually post the picture after I post this link in your message, so you can actually read what it says. Because I actually have this fear of reading, if I'm sitting there and reading like something out loud. My notes are different because I know what I wrote. I just get a little bit nervous. So with the first one I got was deservingness. So I will read, I will put that photo underneath this reading so you can read it properly. So that was the first card I pulled. And then the second card I pulled was ask for your needs to be met. So that's what the photo looks like. The picture looks like. And that's, sorry, I'm a bit shaky. And then the last one is conscious consumer. So that was the third card that I pulled for you. So So I hope they relate to your situation in your life at this point in time. If they don't, that's okay. Just chalk it down to me being crazy. I'm cool with that. But yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate connecting with Wikki. I really like Wikki, and he's such a cute little man. I love that little face of his. Obviously he didn't want me to touch it, but he loved it. I really like his little face and his ears. Oh, it's so cute. So thank you again, and I hope this rings true, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.